Hello, everyone. Good morning. You won't be wondering why these topics are coming up nowadays. So, today's topic is all about coaching. What is coaching all about? And being a business coach, I do help people understand the subject, get rid of the problems, and do well in their businesses. So, today, what I found was people don't understand the meaning of coaching, what exactly coaching is. So I thought, why not to create a topic and talk about this? So welcome everyone. My name is Alok, and as you all know, I'm a business coach. I'm an engineer myself, and a postgraduate and a digital marketing expert. And I've been helping business people, entrepreneurs, startup companies to understand the fundamentals of business and grow their businesses through continuous process of learning. So today, the topic which I have chosen is about coaching. What coaching is all about? Coaching is not about just making money. Understand, there has been a great I would say misconception of newbie coaches who are saying that, okay, come to me and I'll give you something and you give me money, I'll do everything. So coaching is not about selling. The point here I want to make you is coaching is not about selling. Yes, selling is a part of a or the process, but as a coach your primary objective is something else. It should not be selling. So if you as a coach start selling, you'll not be able to sell, right? So I primarily wanted to tell you what does coaching mean, what are the benefits, what are the steps, what are the processes, so that at least you can make a note. And to all those coaches who are really transforming the lives of the people, salute to everyone. And obviously, money is required for everyone. You're not going to give it any of your success formulas for free. But here the point has to be, there is a very thin line between selling and coaching, I'll tell you. People now are tending towards selling more rather than coaching more. And here comes the paradox, I would say, because of which the individuals, the people who are looking for good mentors, are not able to find them. So I thought today I'll be talking about this topic only. So what is coaching all about, right? So coaching refers to a method of training, counseling, or instructing an individual or a group how to develop skills, how to enhance their productivity, or how to overcome a performance issue. Ultimately, it is about how you're going to add value in any of those terms, whether it is an individual, whether it is a group, whether it is an organization, right? So now, coaching doesn't mean you just start giving the so called gyan. Coaching is not about telling stories. Coaching is not about just faking and talking anything and everything, right? Coaching is a very particular and a peculiar subject in which you are going to empower somebody, whether it is an individual or a group, as I said. But the ultimate objective is to empower them. Coaching is, understand, coaching is not about selling. Coaching is not about coaching is not about telling stories. Coaching is all about giving value to your customers in terms of increasing their ability to enhance their productivity. This is as simple as that. Now, when we say coaching, then there should be a process, correct? Now, what is the process? So there are different processes of coaching, but primarily it is based on either analytical or interpersonal skills, right? Either analytical or interpersonal skills. These are the two basic mode of coaching in which in the entire coaching process is being run. Now, there could be two kinds of coaching. One is the internal training which you do for your employees or your subordinates or your team. And other is you are doing it for somebody external, right? Now, when it comes to business coaching, it's primarily for the second part, which I was talking about. The second part in which you are externally coaching or helping somebody to grow business, like what I'm doing, right? So, here two things come into existence. Number one, your interpersonal skills and your expertise. That is why I've been shouting for long days to get into a true mentorship, right? If you don't have an interpersonal skill, and that interpersonal skill is not only going to be on an emotional platform. People do tell stories, they connect to the people, and they definitely establish a interpersonal skills, but that is only on the emotional part. That is not going to give them results, and that is the catch which is nowadays happening more and more. People do tell their stories, how they struggled, how they did whatever they have come up, right? But ultimately is it going to give the coachee? See, there are two parts. One, the coach who is teaching, the person who is being taught is called coachee. So is the coachee going to get something out of your stories? This definitely you can make a connection, an emotional connection, that's it. But people are not fool nowadays. People know where to invest, how to invest. Definitely you have to have an interpersonal skills, but those skills have to be entirely based on your capabilities, your knowledge, your experience in that particular domain, right? So this is very important. Now when I talk about the coaching, the steps of coaching processes include these five things. Number one is identifying a topic or an issue on which you are going to coach somebody, right? Number two, exploring ideas. Number three, removing the barriers in the mind of the people, or removing the external barriers because of which people are not able to grow. Number four is taking action. And number five is refining and reflecting. So these are the five uh, coaching steps of coaching process. Understand what I told you. Number one, a coach or a coachee should be very much clear about that particular topic on which they are going to be coached, or a person who is going to be coaching those people. There cannot be a number of topics on which you're going to talk. The ultimate objective should be very clear. Like if somebody is telling to, let's say, give quality leads by Facebook ads, or somebody is telling to remove the mental barriers and maybe a personal life coach. So there could be multiple objectives, but your objective has to be very, very clear. Now doing that, you have to explore some new ideas. You cannot just keep on copying from somebody. Now I was going through one of those I would say ads of one of those coaches who was saying that people have copied something from somewhere and they have become coaches. You have to have your own knowledge and expertise. Yes, there's something which is by default, like the sun rises in the east. Yes, this is a common thing for everyone. You can use that, but you cannot just copy the content from somebody and start talking, right? So number two is you have to give and explore new ideas. Number three is you have to remove the barriers in the minds of the people. So there are two kinds of barrier. One is the internal barrier, one is the external barrier. And while coaching, even I do talk about all this, having a growth mindset or having a limited mindset, right? The stagnant mindset. So you have to have a clear cut picture of how you're going to remove and remove the barriers, which is the mindset barriers of the people. Because if people don't remove those barriers, they are not going to take the action, which is the 4 point. Taking action is primarily, you cannot just have theoretical knowledge and not taking action is not going to give any of this. So the coaches should also make a system so that the people whom they are coaching, they are able to make simple steps to move ahead, simple actionable steps, right? And number five is like refining and reflecting. So there is no how I always say that everybody is unique, every business is unique. So it is not a clear cut formula that the same formula is going to be applicable to everyone and everyone, anyone and everyone. So what you have to do is you have to keep on refining, keep on taking feedbacks, keep on reflecting what they are doing and where they are stucking. What is happening nowadays is people have made a program and they are just pushing it to everybody, which is not going to work. It may work for some, but cannot be working for everyone. So here the personalized time is required. If you're a coach, it's your duty, it's moral duty to give a personalized coaching in terms of removing all those barriers, helping and taking actions, and keep on refining, right? That is one major thing. Now coming next is the benefits of coaching. Very simple. Why coaching is required? Number one, it is fine tuning your skills. Let's say you are a good business owner, you are doing fair well. You may not be an expert in all the fields. You may be a good, maybe leader, you may be a good salesperson, you may be a good operation person, but you cannot be an expert in every aspect of business. You may not be very good at finance controlling. So you have to add this skills through coaching. So slowly and steadily you will be having the entire knowledge, right? Number two is the learning should be always accelerating, because learning never stops, and every now and then there are something new things coming up. And when you talk about the digital a part of business, you know how dynamic it is. So you have to have accelerated learnings all the time, relearning, unlearning, and every time you have to keep on adding some kind of a learning in yourself in terms of growing a business. Now the third point, which is very critical, is you are able to solve the problem of the people, right? The coaches, you are solving problems, you are solving issues, and that is why this coaching is required. That is why they have come to you. They want their problem to be solved, right? Now, even though there is no problem, there are people who want to grow more and more. So there is a performance issue at times in terms of businesses, right? Here, people come to you to develop their performance. So you have to help them developing their peak performance through some systems and processes, and that should be again relevant, and it should be like doable, and you should be able to give them results. Number 5 is the strategic planning. It's not about giving solution for a day. It has to be strategic in nature so that people keep on adding up to in the ladder, right? Then you have to have change. Change is very different and change is very difficult. People don't want to get into any kind of a change, because by default people want to stay the Newton's first law. They want to stay in the state where they are. But here you have to make them change. You have to bring something very interesting, something dynamic, so that they are able to change drastically and faster. And obviously, goal identification is one of those things which is primarily required when you're coaching. The goal identification has to be very clear, and that is how you're going to help those people. So this particular topic is just I would say, the summary of what coaching is, what coaching should be, what should be the process, and what are the benefits. If you resonate, please do give your views and comments on this video, and I'll be happy to answer to it, or I'll be happy to learn, because as I said, learning is always there. I learn from everyone, whoever I talk to. I definitely, everybody is a business owner and everybody has some kind of an expertise, either individual or as a professional. So I keep on learning from the people whom I meet, whom I talk. And again, after learning, then we weigh each other comparatively and see what is missing in those businesses, and that is how we prepare the solutions, right? Again, it is based with some technology efforts as well. So primarily the concept has to be very clear in terms of what your goal objective is, what your objective is, how you're going to give them the results, and then it has to be backed by a digital process, or a process, whether it is digital or not, because we are primarily doing it digitally, so all the time I talk about digital processes. But it has to be backed by a process, whether digital or non-digital, so that end of the day you are able to justify what you are charging for, right? So that's it in this today's topic. I hope you have liked this topic, and I request every one of you who is listening live or recorded, please do give your feedback, and do ask me any question which I'll be loving to answer to it, right? Thank you so much. Looking forward to see you in another episode. Bye bye.